Hi there everyone and welcome to Pack 172. I'm your Den Leader Jackson. Let's start as we always do with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise and give the Scout salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Now let's continue with the Scout Oath and Law. Scout sign. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, and to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. And now, the Scout law. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. 2. Great job, everyone. Now that we've recited the Scout Law, let's learn a little bit more about the fourth point of the Scout Law, friendly. A Scout is friendly. A Scout is a friend to all. They offer their friendship to people of all races and nations and respect them even if their beliefs and customs are different from your own. Friendship is a mirror. When you have a smile on your face, as you greet someone, you will probably receive a smile in return. If you're willing to be a good friend, you will find friendship reflected back to you. Accept who you are too, and celebrate the fact that you don't have to be just like everyone else. Real friends will respect the ideas, interests, and talents that make you special. Now let's get into this week's lesson. For the next 2 weeks, Pack 172's very own aviation expert, Kevin, is going to be teaching us all about flying and even taking us up with him on a plane. Take it away, Keebs.
Hello, Pack 172. My name is Kevin Wright, and I'm going to take you on a little tour of light aircraft aviation today and talk a little bit about how aircraft work and see if we can get you some of the experience of what it's like to be up in a little plane. So I hope you guys enjoy. Today we'll be flying a Cessna 172. It is a very common airplane, and many pilots flying today first learn to fly on this type of airplane. It's a high wing airplane. It's very characteristic. And of course, with airplanes, one of the most important things is the wing, because the wing is what allows the airplane to fly. Here we're looking at the wing of the plane. If you notice, it's a little bit thicker or a little bit more rounded on the top. That's what allows the plane to develop lift. Because it's flatter on the bottom and a little more curved on the top, it creates a low pressure area which kind of sucks the wing up and actually lifts the whole plane up into the air because of the change in air pressure. Most small airplanes have a propeller, and that's what allows the plane to go forward. To create the lift, an airplane does need to be moving through the air, and if it gets too slow, it can't fly. Sort of like a bicycle, if it's too slow, it'll fall over. Well, the propeller is what makes the movement forward for the airplane. And it is like the wing. It has a certain shape to it, and it creates a low pressure area in front of the blade, and it sucks the airplane forward. And that's what makes it go sometimes hundreds of miles an hour. It can go very fast based on just the air pressure difference on the propeller. One thing that can be a little bit scary about airplanes is that they have lots of dials and switches. There are many different things you need to keep track of when you're flying an airplane, and it takes a lot of training to learn how to deal with it all. Basically, they tell you what the airplane is doing and where it is. Airplanes can fly at night or in clouds where you can't see outside, and so you need to know where you are at all times when you're flying. A car has a steering wheel that turns the car. Well, an airplane has to go up and down, not just left and right, and it has a control yoke, or sometimes it has a stick, and by moving it, it turns the plane. It can make it go up and down, and also it has rudder pedals, which can also turn the plane, and I will show you what all those things do. So the way a plane turns most like a car is using what's called the rudder, and it turns the plane to the side, left and right, and keeps the wings level. And so you push with your feet to go in the direction you want to turn the plane. And this is the way that you steer a plane on the ground as well. When I push right rudder, it causes the nose of the plane to turn to the right. And if I go the other direction, it causes the plane to turn to the left by using left rudder. Cars have brakes, and airplanes have brakes too, so they can slow down when they're on the ground. But it doesn't have a separate brake pedal. The brake pedals are part of the rudder pedals, and you push on the top of the pedal. With your toes, if you push on the top of the pedal, it turns the brakes on the wheels. So the yoke does some things that a car can't do. And when you push forward on the yoke, it causes the nose to go down. And when you pull back, it causes the plane to go up. And when you turn it to the side, it causes the wing to go down. So here I'm turning the yoke to the right, and it causes the right wing to go down. And this is keeping the wings level. And then here's the left, and it causes the left wing to go down. Another control we haven't talked about is the flaps, and they change how much lift and drag the airplane has. They're used a lot when you're flying slow and landing. Go ahead and back out. Before going flying, every time it's important to do a check of the plane we call a pre-flight. An airplane can't just stop if it breaks down in the air like a car can and go to the side of the road. So we check everything to make sure it's doing well. The lights, the engine, all the controls, make sure everything is working before we go flying. So I'm going to check the fuel in the tanks to make sure it's good quality. Sometimes you end up with water in the gas tank. So we're going to check the tanks. And we're going to check and see how much fuel is in the tanks. And the tanks are on top of the wing. In this tank we have 10 gallons. Then I go and check the oil and the gas. And there's a little release here to let some of the gasoline out.
The car's peeing.
To make sure if there's any water in the fuel, it gets released. And This is a stall warning, and you should be able to hear a noise here. And if the plane gets too slow, it'll make that sound, and you know that you're going too slow. And that should be the pre-flight. Now we have a checklist, and I need to check it and make sure that I got all the different items. So we have to check to make sure that's tight. And sometimes birds will make nests in here, and that's not good when you're trying to fly. So it's always good to check and make sure that the inside is clean and clear. And that's the walk around and the pre-flight of the plane.
Always remember to buckle. Safety first.
You got that. Mixture full rich, throttle open slight. We're gonna prime 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just open the throttle slightly. We're going to put on the brakes. We're going to warn people outside. Clear prop! Turn on the master and turn the mags to start. Clear prop! Pack 172, thank you for flying with me today.
For our activity this week, we'll be making paper planes. Fold up a few different kinds of paper planes and throw them across the room and measure which one flies the best. Share that with jackson.wright@scouting.org. Have you signed up for Hawkeye Area Council Stay Camp 2020? You can still sign up for 3 weeks of fun day camp activities, including crafts, scavenger hunts, and virtual field trips, along with a grade-specific adventure for each rank. Next week is Down on the Farm, where they'll learn why Iowa is perfect for farms, meet farm animals, explore farm-to-table cooking, and so much more. That's it for this episode of Pack 172. Please like our Facebook page, subscribe to the show on YouTube, and have your parents email jackson.wright@scouting.org to share pictures of your plants, your favorite camp songs, and videos of you reciting the Scout Oath and Law. Until next time, keep washing your hands, keep watering your plants, keep learning, and keep on scouting. Bye-bye!